All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Golfballing Podcast, episode number 257. As it turns out, it is Rory's year. And who other than Ryan Lipson to witness it on Sunday at Augusta? Hello, Ryan.
Hello.
You got, I don't even know
Hello,
where to
friends.
start. Yeah, right. I don't even know where to start. I don't think we did a podcast last week. Dude, we've got 2 tournaments ago. We got to figure out the record on that. We got to talk about Zach Johnson. We got to talk about Rory McIlroy. We got to talk about your trip to Augusta. How was it?
Man, I mean, for a first-time experience, I don't know if it gets much better.
Yeah. Tell me everything.
Oh, God.
All right, so you're pulling in Magnolia.
Yeah, unfortunately, my player's badge didn't get me into Magnolia this year, but dude, it's just incredible. We showed up Saturday night, had a house rented with my brother and his company. Very gracious that I was on the invite list. Very cool experience, though, the way they kind of had it set up. Obviously, I've never been, but they had what's called a host house. And this hospitality group basically cooks you dinner. They had a private chef at the house.
Yeah,
servers bringing you drinks. We're out on the patio smoking cigars. The night before. I mean, we showed up and we're just wined and dined, which was very, very cool. Went back to our house. They had shuttles everywhere. So, like, once we got there, even though we were only a couple miles down the road, you make a phone call, they get a shuttle, take you back to the house. So we had a DD, got to enjoy Saturday evening. And then Sunday was just surreal, man. I think my favorite part, minus just being there during the madness, was getting there early enough to experience the golf course before anybody was on it.
Really?
We were down on Amen Corner, standing on 12 tee box, not a divot out of place, just looking at the magnolias in the background with very few spectators, no players, and you're just getting to see everything. You know, walking across a random fairway that hasn't been hit on and you're staring down at the green.
Oh, that's sweet.
There's no divots. They've replaced them all from the day before. Like, we just stood in the middle of the fairway for like 3 minutes at one point because there's no – like the attendants are there, but they're making sure you don't just run around and do something stupid. But there's no golfers. So, you know, we're on the 14th fairway just walking across. Like, it's awesome, man.
What time did you guys get there?
Like right at 8, just before 8. Went to the merch tent, took about –
Yeah, what'd you get?
Man, I will say, as a hat guy, got the Black Desert hat while we were out there in Utah.
Okay.
They had no hats.
Oh, really?
That was the only negative thing I could say about this place, is that they didn't restock any hats on Sunday. So the pimento cheese hat, the azalea hat, the magnolia one, like all the ones you see, none of them were available. So,
oh damn! So, what you grab?
I grabbed the gnome and that bucket hat that I'll probably never wear again. I was just excited enough to throw on a bucket hat for Sunday.
Yeah. No polo?
So my brother was able to grab me one. Really funny story. I was with him and a couple of his customers, and one of his customers saw my Masters shirt, which I'm wearing, recycling again for this evening. After some laundry, you know what I mean? So I was wearing my Masters shirt, and he's like, "Hey man, what year did you come?" And I said, "Funny story."
Ooh.
I said, "Funny story. My brother bought this for me last year, and this is the first time I've worn it." And he's like, "I respect that." He's like, "I respect that wholeheartedly." And the greatest part is, like, an hour later, we ended up on a tee box. Guy had a Tobacco Road shirt on, and the same guy, "Oh, Tobacco. That's one of my favorite courses." He goes, "I got it at Goodwill." I looked at him. I said, "That's the exact reason I've never worn this shirt until today." So it works out well.
Yeah.
But I don't need another shirt. I have a million.
You can wear it now. How does that feel?
It's cool.
Yeah.
Less douchey.
What'd you eat?
So Sidebar: I got food poisoning in Vegas.
Whoa.
For 3 days, I was down for the.
Really?
I was at the conference, but I was down for the count.
Damn, you
Throwing
still
up.
powered through it? What was it?
I think oysters.
Oh man, I can't eat oysters anymore because of that.
I know. So I was down for the count Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Felt a little better Saturday while I was traveling. And literally my first meal since like Tuesday night was Saturday night at that chef's dinner. So
what are you about to say? Nothing? You got nothing?
No. I kept it very tame. I had a pimento cheese sandwich, which I put barbecue on top of.
Really?
So they have barbecue sandwiches. They also have cups of barbecue. And I just thought, like, pimento cheese is great, but like a barbecue and pimento cheese just sounded incredible. So I went 2 for 1, put the scoop of barbecue on top of the pimento cheese.
Oh my God, that sounds disgusting.
Put up a poll. You're wrong.
Did you at least try the pimento with no barbecue on it?
I did.
Okay.
It's fantastic, but it's just way better with barbecue. Wow. And then I had an ice cream sandwich, but I didn't go like one of everything like most people.
Any beers?
Had a few domestics.
Couple of pops.
Couple of domestics.
All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes here. I've only been to a couple of golf tournaments, and the recent one was Arnold Palmer 2023 with Nick, and their course layout is 18's super weird, and that's obviously not the Masters, and we couldn't. 18 was no go, 17 was a no go. You guys left a little bit early, but did you like pop down in a couple of different places? You feel it out? You follow anybody?
Yeah, so we sat on like 15, 16 for a bit where you can kind of see both. We sat on one tee for a little bit, like on early groups. And then kind of where we watched the leaders come through was 4 and 5. After we had walked the golf course, we circled back. We were first row on 5 tee box when Rory stuck that tee shot on the long par 3.
Wow.
Right over the bunker. So we saw them come up. He made birdie on 4, makes birdie on 5. Because I think he had made a double.
Yeah, I think he got a double on the first. And
so he brought it back to 12 after 4 and 5 is what I believe happened. And so we kind of saw them come through and then circled back to 8 and 9 to watch them come. So we watched the same 3 or 4 groups come back up 8 and 9. And then at that point is when we had to make the decision, do we just fight this crowd or will we go back, get some good food, drink, and watch it on the projector? They had a projector set up at like the host house. So we went back. There was probably like 60 or 80 guys in there just throwing down, hanging out, eating good food, drinking.
Yeah.
That's where we spent the rest of the afternoon.
What do you think?
Huh?
What were the leaders at?
They were on like 11 at that point, 12. But it took us an hour, 45 minutes to walk from where we were back to the house. So
damn, dude, no phones is so cool. And do you feel that? A sporting event with no phones is crazy, but that's not, that's from an era not that long ago. But so
the coolest part about it is like you would see celebrities out there. And they were willing to talk to you, and like you weren't gonna ask for a picture. So it's like giving people fist bumps and like saying hello. Ryan Fitzpatrick was buying a pimento cheese sandwich and a beer behind us in line at one point. Like I think my favorite sighting was Shane Gillis was standing there talking to like 6 college kids for like 45 minutes.
Oh wow.
Like we saw him and like said what's up and like walked away. We went and got beers. Came back, he was still there. Another group of our friends went to the bathroom, came back, he was still there talking to the same 6 college kids. And I love this guy even more that he's just smashing domestics, talking to the fans at the Masters. I'm like, so much respect. Shout out Shane Gillis.
That's awesome. I don't have any podcasts to listen to the gym. I could never listen to a podcast that isn't the Golfballing podcast on YouTube. Available on YouTube, by the way. I don't have a good podcast, and I've been trying Shane Gillis. He's hilarious. I like the other guy too, and he was talking about that last week about going to the Masters.
Yeah, it was cool
What
seeing him.
I mean, and now you got all these different people saying like, let's do, thoughts on like one. I saw Packers Twitter. Thoughts on one Packers game with no phones allowed. Like you just see it in all these sporting events. Dude, everybody loves the Masters. I mean, almost broke Tiger's record. Rory's collapse was crazy, but then his resurgence, even like Justin Rose. So Rory had 2 pars on the back nine. So did Justin Rose. Justin
Dude,
Rose had like 5 birdies and 2 bogeys, 2 pars. I I don't even know. I would say it still feels even surreal that Rory McIlroy has a Masters jacket. I mean, he missed that putt on 18.
So this is my favorite portion of it. At 5:22,
PM?
Jackson Elstrom says,
Oh no.
"Can't believe you're at Rory's Masters win." Not 30 minutes later, they are tied. And I'm like, if this goes down the wrong way, I am never letting you live that down. It was 100% your fault if he did not finish that out.
That makes sense because I didn't know what exactly you were referencing when you said that. I didn't know if it was like because on Instagram I was just spamming like per hole because I mean that was a cinema. And whenever I go to TV break, I got like a banger of Rory McIlroy dramatic thing. I was just posting on Instagram like there was no tomorrow. So I thought you were talking about that.
No, I was talking about
Thank
the fact
God I
that he
didn't
blew
jinx
a
it.
4-shot lead from the time you texted me that until 30 minutes later. Everyone's at 10 under, and it's like him, Rose, and Oberg, and I'm like, oh my
Dude.
God, he fucked this up.
I mean, that was I would say probably literally right when I texted you, he like had probably just hit his drive on 13.
Yeah.
And up until he hit it in the water, because I now you see like that golf, especially at the Masters, like how much can change, even though there's like a 3-stroke lead. Because like last year we were at your house and Scotty's got a several shot lead. Doesn't feel like he's gonna be doing that at Rays Creek. Doesn't feel like Scotty's gonna be losing that. And then when Scotty won a couple of years ago, it was so underwhelming to me because it was like he's not losing this lead. Rory McIlroy is probably losing the lead, and that's exactly what he did on 13, and then he bogeys 14. He hits the shot on 15. That's like one of the coolest things, live golf, non-Tiger Woods related, that I've ever seen.
Yeah, that
That's
shot.
just
What's crazy is they didn't compare that shot until later in the week. Like almost yesterday, did you see the comparison of him hooking it around the tree? What you saw was him hitting it on Saturday, which was very similar pin position to Tiger's, right?
yeah.
But that is the shot of the century, and no one's talking about it because he won the Grand Slam. But that shot is just beyond words.
It's probably because he missed the putt. Otherwise, I'm sure that's got a bad taste in people's mouth as far as being like the greatest shot.
It doesn't matter.
I know, and I agree.
He should have laid up. He should have laid up.
Yeah. And
he should have hit a wedge and been able to make a birdie, but he did it in a different fashion. The golf shot doesn't take away from it. That golf shot was pure.
Dude,
it's the best you could do.
I mean, you play that on Tiger Woods, and you know the slopes at Augusta. You saw it. You saw the slopes at Augusta.
It's
I'm wondering how that looks to you. But Thursday, Rory's collapse on the last 4 holes, and he doubled 15 because he chipped it at the top of the green, and it rolls all the way down all the way into the water, and he gets a double bogey, and the collapse starts. I was worried about that stupid hole all week, or I guess just Friday.
Yeah.
Because on Saturday he hits that shot, and then Sunday he hits that shot. But dude, like it's so stupid to compare Augusta National to a freaking video game. But like Tiger Woods, like 2012 is the only, with the undulation, is the only thing I can think of as far as why I know the Masters is impossible. But you watch it on TV and you're watching these guys miss these 3-foot putts. So what do you see? What do you see on those greens? Because you can't feel it with your putter and the ball. But
so number 4 was the biggest tell. From the back side of the green, well, I guess from the front side, right? So the front, if you're coming to the fairway, the right side slopes down to the left, but it's so minimal, it doesn't look that dramatic, right? Everybody that was left of that hole, or excuse me, right of that hole, but where we were behind the green. So everyone that came up that was left of that hole blew it 6-7 feet by.
yeah,
It didn't matter if they were 10 feet, 20 feet across the green. Didn't matter. There were people that de-greened it. Like,
what's that? Where you just hit it over?
yeah, you're 40 feet and you just put it off the green.
Yeah,
like
that's what happened in the game
for sure.
You can't. Yeah, and that's actually at a hole, that 4th hole, especially if it's Sunday in that game. That's where, and you hit it a little bit long, and you over putt it, and it falls off the green. That's when you still have enough room. It's still early in the golf round to quit and retry because of a green like that.
Yeah,
dude, that's so sick, man. Are you ever going to be the same? Do you feel like you've done it now?
I will say
the biggest wonder of the world.
That was a very cool first experience. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not even talking, like, the tournament was awesome, the grounds were awesome, just like the experience I had with my brother and the way that they kind of like threw down. All things considered, I don't know if I'll ever experience that situation again, unless he invites me next year. Shout out. Shout out.
How are you? You already said before at the course what you would shoot there, but does this motivate you? Like, now you have to play that golf course or was that enough that you saw Sunday at Augusta that you could die not playing Augusta? It's a lot.
I don't think there's any amount of money that gets my fat ass onto Augusta National to play. But that it's so out of reach that yes, I'm good on just the Sunday.
Yeah. So I can't. I need one of them. I'd take a practice round. I know somebody who's at the Monday practice round. What happens then? You just you get reimbursed and you get next year's too. That's gotta suck.
Yeah, I will say
you only
this:
get a Monday ticket.
if you're a volunteer, there's a day in May you get to come out and play.
Are you serious? All you have to do is volunteer for 4 days at Augusta.
Yeah, so
I would do that.
One of my brother's coworkers is a volunteer, and when he got hired, the story goes, he got him an offer, and he said, "Look, here's the deal. I volunteer at the Masters every year, and if I can't continue to do that, I won't take this job." And they were like, "Relationship building, man. Go ahead." So this guy got his week off every year, gets to go to the Masters. I'm like, good for this dude.
So then he plays it?
I would assume that's like one of the reasons he doesn't want to get it up, because he gets to play Augusta every year.
Yeah. Damn, so that's two. It's actually kind of inconvenient. You got to fly to Augusta twice. What's that like? Because you see the videos online of all the PJs, but
well, you're 2 hours from Atlanta, you're 2.5 hours from Charlotte, so it's just kind of like fly in, rent a car. You're not. I mean, if you wanted to fly into Augusta, it's probably double the price as it is to fly into Atlanta.
Oh, you flew into Atlanta. Oh, and
we flew to Charlotte.
Oh, Charlotte, and you drove. That's right. Okay, never mind
but like, there is an airport in Augusta, but I could imagine those flights are double what it is to fly into Atlanta or Charlotte.
Yeah,
which I guess is another $500 convenient to just fly into Augusta. I don't know. At that point, I probably would.
Yeah, might as well. I'm at a loss for words. You went to Sunday at Augusta, and Rory McIlroy wins the Grand Slam.
On that point, I did have a lot of things on my feed of like, oh well, the field this and like asterisks on the Grand Slam. Man,
people are asterisking it.
You know me. I don't dislike Rory. I don't love Rory. I'm very indifferent. Like, I'm so glad he won. But people that want to like say he didn't win in a star-studded field, Cam Smith was there, Patrick Reed was there. Bryson DeChambeau was in his group.
People are saying that. People are saying that.
Yeah, people are trying
what
to
do
say
you mean?
that. And I'm like, every player that should have been in that field was in that field.
You're saying, is that because people are like, oh, well, the field is so much smaller than a normal major, and half of it are people 60 plus that aren't even going to win it anyways?
No, it was more live related. Like, oh, well, these players didn't have the chance to qualify. Dude, everyone that from live that would have qualified was there.
Yeah.
The Patrick Reeds of the world, the Phil Mickelson, the Brooks, the Taylor Gooch.
Taylor Gooch didn't make it. I think
I guess you're right.
No, Taylor, he didn't, and that was
one of the ones talking shit too.
That was people. That guy is so annoying since he got to live, which is a really big shame. There's 2 people on live entertainment. I'm gonna call it live entertainment. I feel like that sounds better than live golf. I mean, it's not really golf; it's entertainment. Live entertainment. So, live entertainment CC Corporation had 2. Patrick Reed solo third. Didn't realize that a few days ago. Solo third.
What do you mean only 2?
Well, Bryson and Patrick Reed in the top 10. I'm saying they're literally 2 top 10s from live entertainment there. So that doesn't even make sense.
I thought you meant playing. I was like, there's a lot more live players than that playing. Yeah. Brooks made a quad on 18 Friday and missed the cut.
Yeah. So did DJ, right? Or maybe his was a triple. Yeah. I'm on it right now. So let's pull this up. If you're watching us visually on YouTube, let's take a look at the ticker. Ryan versus Jackson all time. That's got a. Oh my God! And you can't edit it. Oh yeah, you can. All right. So.
I know I lost the Zach Johnson bet. All right.
You lost.
Who would have thought?
Top 10'd it. He just top 10'd it. Zach Johnson, folks. If you didn't listen to our preview last week, we bet on Zach Johnson's Thursday round 76.5. I hammered the under because Zach Johnson at Augusta, dude, was on fire, tied for 8th. So you lost the burger from 2 weeks ago. I don't even remember the name of that tournament. Daniel Berger versus Cam Young. Cam Young won it there. And then Zach Johnson. So 2-0. But then you won. I won Rory. You picked Scotty. So 3-0. And then I had Hovland and you had a good golfer. I don't know if it was Sander.
I thought I had it. I don't know. I forgot what the last couple bets were.
You won the last one. I made it bad. You had Hideki. I had Hovland, and I think Hideki cleared it. Oh, they tied.
What about our shitty bet with like Bernhard Langer?
Yeah, you won. You won Bernhard. Angel had a tough Friday. So this is actually awesome. The official score
3-2 or 4-1
is on the screen. It is 401.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you also have Ryan first, so it looks like I'm up 4. So good job there.
You got to get rid of that. Hold on. Technical difficulties.
I thought you said I won the Bernhard one.
Oh, shit.
Come on, man. Figure it out. The graphics team is really slacking here at the Golfballing podcast.
The official score is now on the screen. Jack's versus Ryan all time. 3-1 to 1.
All right. Thank you. I was about to say I'm not down that bad. We can come out of this hole.
While we're on the subject, we're at one of the top 10 majors. Of course, Ryan is very familiar with the RBC Heritage.
I was gonna say I'll take Scotty for 500, please.
Okay. That's tough. This is a loaded tournament. This is gonna be a fun one. Golf has been so good this year. Are you really going with the second greatest golfer on the planet? I'm pulling something up on Twitter because I need to get this. I need to get down to your new updated thoughts on the Rory McIlroy legacy. I'm gonna go Oberg. I'll go Oberg, and you can go Scotty.
Yeah.
Are we doing sleepers?
Yeah, let's go to the. There's not. We need odds. Hold on. Let me see what Hard Rock Bet says here.
I like that. That's true sleepers. I like this guy, Sammy Valimaki. This guy's a freaking lovable stud.
Speaking of sleepers, we're down low in the Hard Rock account and hammered the ping pong this evening. Can't see it. Bright green. 25 to win 115. That's how
Oh
you
my
want to
god, dude.
That's how you want to end your Tuesday evening. All right,
Let's go to
sorry.
Ryan's for
side
pizza one night. Ryan's already up 100 on ping pong 3 days a week.
Look, bet hard, play hard. Why can I not search PGA on this?
All right, I'm going to pull something up on the screen here. I'm going to try moving forward for this podcast. If you guys we got a nice 16 viewers on our last one, which I'm going to take compared to 9. I'm going to try to do certain segments, and we're going to be doing a lot of visuals, stuff like this to
all right,
keep it fun.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so the 10th golfer you're not even going to know. I don't even know how to pronounce this. At plus 150,000, Ryo Hitsatune, Hisatsune. At plus 200,000, Chris Kirk. Sammy
Valimaki. All right, that's my pick.
All right, Sammy
He's got the third worst odds at this tournament.
Yep.
Wow.
No. These are from order from 10th worst to worst.
Okay.
So Ryo was like the better odds, and then it goes down to plus 500,000 for Matthew Pavin.
For him.
So
actually, that's
I'm gonna take first pick, but you might want to listen before you take Sammy.
Okay.
We got Austin Eckroat. Eckroat. No idea.
You don't know Austin Eckroat?
No,
what?
Definitely not.
Come on, college
Cam
golf.
Davis, for whatever reason.
What?
Cameron Davis, unless there's another Cam Davis.
Is he also from Australia?
Brian Campbell, Carl Phillips.
Blackhawks legend. Okay.
Nick Dunlap, somehow at plus 250,000. I might throw $5 on him just to win the fucker.
I think you should also. I don't know if they do cuts on there. Sammy's.
Adam Hadwin, Matthew Pavin. Those are your final. I'm going to take first pick. There's no way Nick Dunlap doesn't come back and have a better showing. So I will take Nick Dunlap.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to go Sammy, but that's a good pick.
Bro, why would I not put $5 on Nick Dunlap to win this? Hold on. Can we just do like a top 5? Plus 4,000 for him to top 5? Hold on. Top 10, Nick Dunlap, plus 1,400. Wow.
I hate top 10s and top 5 bets because you have Patrick Reed's, you have Justin Rose's.
Plus 250,000. We're just going to go ahead. $5.32, which is just my change at the moment. $5.32 to win $1,300. Just go ahead and send it. Nick Dunlap. Locked in. We're gonna ride that real hard.
He had a really nice. I don't know if he started on 1 or 18 or 1 or 10 on Friday, but if he started on the first hole, he was 4 under through 15, and then had 3 straight bogeys for 71.
Yeah, I was about to say, one under after a 90 is not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
So you're taking Austin Eckroat?
No, I'm taking Sammy Valimaki, baby.
Valimaki, all right.
Dude, the guy is. Wait, I'm gonna remember it. This guy is. I keep posting stories about this guy. He's just. This fucking thing won't work. Let me get rid of this banner, and then I'll pull up this after that, and then we can get you out of here. I freaking love this guy. Isn't this guy? Honey, I'm home. Isn't this guy lovable? Maybe that's not a good pick.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that guy.
Yeah, this guy's he's like 26 out of Finland. Oh, I'm gonna pull this up. It's real quick, but a quick comment going back to your whole hater thing. Nick, big hater on this one. Big hate. I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not doxing, but
Scotty,
yeah, that's your answer.
your boy doesn't have enough time left.
He's
How
got
old is
5.
Scotty Scheffler? Is he even
He's like
30?
28?
I was about to say,
No,
is he even 30 yet?
No, dude, he was like the oldest 25-year-old a few years ago. He's 28, and he'll be 29 in a few months.
Dude, and what's Rory? 38?
No, Rory's 35.
Is he 30? Oh, you're right. You're right. He's 35. So we're
So,
talking another 6 or 7 years behind him, and he's already got like similar amount of majors.
Well,
Scotty has 3, right? Or
doesn't
2?
he just have 2?
Is it 2?
So for the people who listen to audio, we got on the screen from Nuclear Golf, which golfer will finish their career with the most majors. It's Bryson, Brooks, Rory, Scotty. I was just circling to remember a few episodes ago, I was saying how Rory's got the most impressive career since, Phil. And you were like, well, Scotty won 8 or 9 times last year. And we were looking into it. And I was like, oh, shoot, he did. But then I was, like, oh, well, if Rory wins the green jacket, is Rory McIlroy the best golfer since Tiger Phil? I think it's obvious now, but
I think right now he is, but that I don't think that means he's going to end his career there.
dude, he's got a Grand Slam, and Scotty's probably not winning a Grand Slam just because if I had to bet on it, I would bet he does. But just because there's only been 5 of these who have done it, and only one since the 70s.
The PGA is going to be easier to win because of the field.
What?
Because the live players aren't there.
I don't.
Unless you're a past winner like Brooks, I don't think they're getting a bid to the PGA. So
Really?
you do have a slightly easier field at the P, and I could be wrong, but I think that's how it works. I'm not sure because PGA of America runs the PGA, whereas like the Masters is run by Augusta. It's not.
Yeah, that was a
And
big
the
thing
same
last
thing
year.
with the Open. Now there are some live players that got bids to the Open, but they got them
Yeah.
through like Jason Kokrak got a bid to
DP.
the Open, but he won it through a qualifier on the DP World Tour.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he earned status or anything like that.
But who are we talking about? Are we talking Taylor Gooches? Does that really?
No, we're talking about
Patrick
5. We're talking about
Reed?
5 golfers. We're talking about Brooks, John Rahm, Bryson
Well,
DeChambeau,
Rom should have the
Cam
exemption.
Smith. We're talking
Rahm's-
about like 4 or 5 golfers. And that's it.
Most of those guys have the exemption from winning the Masters in the last 5 years.
Rahm.
Rom's got it. Reed. Oh wait, he's. I don't know.
He's
about Reed.
older, yeah.
But
Reed, I
Rom's
don't
got it.
consider a top. I mean, yeah, he finished top in the Masters, but like I don't consider him.
there?
I would say
Because I'm just saying the top 5. I just mean the. What is it? Is it the winner? The winner of the Masters gets automatic exempts for the next 5 years in all majors. So I guess that would only be Rom.
Bryson. No, Bryson didn't win Masters. Stupid. U.S. Open is what I'm thinking. It's not the same for U.S. Open, is it?
No, but
I think they get 2 years for the U.S. Open. I didn't realize it was 5 years for the Masters.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like what was it? The top 10 gets it for the rest of the year, or it was something. There were a bunch of random things I was not really aware of. There was something with the top 10, like the top 10 gets. I don't want to misspeak though. But I remember that being a thing last year. People had been a little concerned about Bryson's and Rom's and all these guys being at those majors, and then they all were. But
Bryson choked, man. That was bad.
That was so bad. I ran on Underdog. Bryson and Rory for the entire week had like 70.5 was their over. And I think like maybe I picked Scotty for one of them, but like pretty much all 4 days I did Bryson and Rory under, and I hit every single one except Bryson on Sunday. I thought there was no way, shape, or form Bryson DeChambeau on Sunday at Augusta, down like 3 shots, doesn't shoot 2 under.
A couple under, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He may
That
not
was
win it, but he's
yeah.
gonna go, yeah.
That was really bad. I don't really have anything else. I could just talk about Rory's win for so long, but this year did feel, for some reason, whenever he would fuck up, it did not. And he had that big quote on Thursday saying, or after Friday, because of Thursday, saying, "Oh, I'm not going to let 2 holes dictate." This, it just felt, he felt more in command. And I guess, you could say on the back nine, obviously he really started to hit some bad shots or miss some putts or whatever. But I mean, I was looking at this earlier. He was, he had that streak, like 7 under on the last 12 holes, from the second 9 on Friday to the first 9 on. Basically, my point is, because of the 2 doubles he had in the first round, he only had 1 birdie on the front on Friday, and so he was 1 under through 27 holes, and he won it.
So
It's insane.
I called his missed putt on 18.
So did everybody else.
So
that
no.
So stupid.
When I tell you I called it to a T, so after Bryson's putt went by on the high side, I looked at our table and I said, Rory is going to think that this putt doesn't break and play it straight, and it's going to dive left from where he's at, and he is going to miss this low. And like, I saw a couple eyes kind of turn, like other tables, whatever else, and the groans when he missed, and people just looked at me. I was like, fucking told you, dude. He was going to take that read, and he was going to overanalyze what Bryson's ball did versus just reading the damn putt, and he missed it low. And it was just like, oh my God, if he would have lost after that, that would have been the conversation we would be having right now.
I couldn't do it.
It's so outrageous.
I literally could not even. I'd be hammered.
We wouldn't be doing this podcast right now.
I'm trying to think if I ever. I don't think I ever really felt like he was going to actually choke it away. But then when he missed that putt on 18, you had to think like, oh, he might really choke that away. And that is because it's just cool. Like all these, I mean, you have people of all ages and all colors from all over the world that were watching that, and like everybody was so happy. We went to the Rays game last night, and I wore I missed the Masters hat, and he was wearing a Cubs shirt, so I was talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, I love the hat. I was so happy for Rory." Like everybody knows Rory McIlroy just won that. It's just.
Do you know how
I'm so glad Justin Rose didn't win? Oh my God.
Do you know how many people would forget that Justin Rose won this thing if he choked it away?
I didn't even put it together of, what was it, 2015, 2016 Spieth when Wilmot won, Danny Wilt won. Like I didn't even piece that together because that was, I mean, they were almost identical.
Spieth beat him in a playoff, right?
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure Spieth beat Justin Rose in a playoff to win the second time.
Oh, yeah. I just mean how Wilt won.
No, but at the same time, like you got to think like this guy's been competing in Masters for decades.
Oh, Justin Rose?
He's 44 years old.
Yeah, he's number 1, and he's got the most. He's number 1 with 9 now of like first round or being in the leaderboard.
Really?
Like he broke Jack Nicklaus's record for leading a round. He's got it 9 times.
I will say one of the coolest things that like most people probably didn't realize until they started talking about it on Sunday. Did you watch the entire coverage on Sunday?
I watched almost every second of coverage the entire weekend.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Obviously, I like watched on my phone in the car on Saturday and as much as I could at the conference on Friday, Thursday, which wasn't much. But on Sunday, did they say anything interesting about the pin placement on 16?
Yeah, I saw that more on Twitter, but they did do the when it started, they did do like a little tribute to Nicklaus on that hole.
So we had no idea. We walked up because we were walking the course before everything opened, and we walked up to this guy and we were like, "Hey man, you're going to have to explain why this pin isn't at the Sunday. It's been in the same place for decades. Why is this thing back middle where no one can make a hole in one? And, you know, hey, it's Jack 50th anniversary of Jack's putt and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, makes sense. Even more historic weekend for Rory to win.
Yeah, that was so confusing at first. I didn't know that that used to not even be it. It's really cool even just seeing old.
No, dude, you know that. 16's the one where they spin it off the hill and everyone makes a hole in one on Sunday.
Yeah. Where Tiger had his chip. Yeah, no, I'm saying
no. 16, the par 3.
Yeah, where Tiger made his chip.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. And they skip it off the hole. I just mean like it was cool because I saw that, and then like you see like old clips of, you know, even Nicholas or just like any clip they showed of Augusta and like seeing pins in different locations and stuff. It's just part of what makes Augusta so cool is there's just so much that goes into it. It's literally so cool. I want to like fly home and play PlayStation 3 to play that golf course online. That's so cool.
Yeah.
But I had another thing, but I don't think I want to remember it.
I will say, just side note, Black Desert condition was absolutely insane. They were getting ready for a LPGA event early May.
Oh, nice.
Man, it feels really nice as a guy who hits the ball very, very short to hit like 280-yard 3-woods.
That's sick.
When you get like 50 yards of roll down a hill, it's really cool.
Oh, shoot.
Shot like 81, 84 or something like that. I mean, not upset by it, nothing outrageous, but Sand Hollow was a very hard golf course. And I say I shot an 84 there. I was sitting like 10, 11 over, and we were on like 15. So I just kind of added up to a couple bogeys probably coming in, whatever. I could have birdied out and still shot 80 on the dot. So we're gonna say we didn't do that, but
that picture is sick. It's
Black
so
Desert was pure.
I mean, golf in that area just seems really prime. What are we playing?
I got a tee time Saturday, man. Come on down.
We're doing Easter on Saturday.
Seems like bullshit, but that's fine.
We are. My whole dad's side of the family flies down for Easter.
Kidding. Yeah, we're got a little group at the fort, you know, waiting for summer to hit.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta get out there.
Got league start tomorrow.
Saturday. Oh yeah, nice. Wednesday night league.
It's the move, man.
Always wish I was in that. That seems so fun. Every time, even like Eric, even like when you play with him, and he's always posting on stories like that, and it's always like Fort Myers, and it's just so sick. It's like, oh my god, dude, I could be playing with like Ryan and Eric right now at 5:30 on a Tuesday night.
He's in the foursome Saturday, so
he's in the what?
It's me, him, and Joe right now. We're before, so
yeah, we'll play soon. But thanks for tuning in to our listeners. Thanks, Ryan, for hopping in. Jet lagged?
Just a long 9 days.
I mean, how many was it? 10?
10, yeah.
9, yeah.
The Saturday the 5th through Monday the 15th. So yeah, 10 days.
We'll rest up, and I'll have a pimento cheese for you tonight.
Love that.
And for Rory McIlroy's Grand Slam victory, I'll make a bigger deal out of this next episode once it's fully set in. But thanks for listening. Throw us a rating. Listen on YouTube. Follow the Golfballing Instagram. And we'll be back.
Goodbye, friends.